We can look at the narrative going around in AI from a lens that either it is anthropomorphic or tool like, and then we say okay, okay, if it is monster like or an opportunity is there. So for instance, if we say the take the grid anthropomorphic AI and threat, then the picture comes to mind is of Terminator कि भाई ये तो अभी या Ultron या whatever. So yeah, in if you look at it from a tool like AI but under the threat category, then it comes कि नहीं ये सब surveillance के लिए है, ये deepfakes बना देंगे. So that side of the fear aspect of is there. But the other side of it is if we say कि opportunity की तरह देखें from an anthropomorphic AI, तो वो है कि भाई there is some personality to it. Maybe you can use it to chat in a friendly way, but not take it to an extreme where you are solving your loneliness by being attached. जो ब्लेड रनर वाला सिनारियो है वैसे वाला भी नहीं, हर वाला सिनारियो.
You look lonely, I can solve that.
So yeah, don't take it to that extreme, but it's more like it can be a friendly banter. The tool like aspect is कि भाई उसको तुम्हारे बिजनेस के लिए यूज करो, हेल्थ केयर के लिए, एजुकेशन के लिए. सो ये चार क्वाड्रेंट्स में फिलहाल जो नरेटिव चल रहा है वो है, ये है. थ्रो इनटू दैट अभी जो एजेंटिक एआई का चल रहा है, बट दैट आल्सो वी कैन फिट इट इन these quadrants alone. So another thing is AI और जो नैरेटिव चल रहा है कि भाई ये तो जॉब ले लेगा या तुमको जॉब दे देगा, या फिर एक सिनेरियो ऐसा होगा कि यूबीआई क्रिएट हो गया, यूनिवर्सल बेसिक इनकम, किसको कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है, बड़े जो कंपनीज वाले हैं वो उनसे हम टैक्स लेंगे और तुमको बांट देंगे. ये एक नैरेटिव चल रहा है. एक पूरा डिस्टोपिया वाला चल रहा है कि सोसाइटी विल इवेंचुअली बाइफरकेट इनटू ऑन टू फ्रंट्स की अमीर अमीर हो रहा है, गरीब गरीब हो रहा है. तो ओवरऑल ये नैरेटिव चल रहा है.
मुझे तो बेसिकली इसमें लगता है व्हाट एआई कैन पोटेंशियली बी, वो तो लिमिटलेस है पोटेंशियलिटी, क्योंकि हमको नहीं पता व्हाट इट इज़, द नेचर ऑफ इट वी डोंट नो. It is something which is similar to intelligence, but it's not intelligence. It is mimicry of intelligence. It's an adornment of intelligence. So the best use case scenario would be to use it as a universal bookkeeper.
Wikipedia on steroids.
Exactly that. Wikipedia on steroids, but for everything, and it can give you a narrative as well. Like अगर मैं उससे पूछूंगा कि चाइना में 13th century में जो हुआ था क्या था वो, like what would be the narrative of 13th century China? If I have to come to that on my own, I'll have to read like 1,000 books. Then I'll have to know कि अच्छा ऐसे structure था, ऐसे narrative था, ऐसे चीज़ें हो रही थी, and इस तरह से चीज़ें हुई. And that was, as Hegel puts it, the wild west of the 13th century China. बट अगर मैं एआई से पूछूंगा तो मुझे जो 1000 किताबों का बाइफरकेशन है वो कर सकता हूँ मैं. जो मुझे अपने हिस्से की नैरेटिव बिल्डिंग करनी थी वो बाइफरकेट कर सकता हूँ मैं. तो वो सब करके आई कैन कम डायरेक्टली टू अ पॉइंट जैसे आई कैन टेक इट एज एन इनसाइट टू यूज इट इन द रियल वर्ल्ड. कि 13th century चाइना में जो हुआ था वो शायद आज भी हो रहा हो किसी कंट्री में, एंड हाउ इट पैंड आउट can also be the outcome in this particular scenario. But other thing is that it can't interpret.
So but the interpretation needs to come
from humans, yeah. And which comes from a learned experience, basically reading books. So agar मैं if I give 10 hours to a book, that means I've given it 10 hours of my undivided attention to that narrative of that book. और ऐसे ही मैं 10 किताबों को दूंगा तो 100 घंटे हो गए. ठीक है, वो 100 घंटे जो मैंने दिए हैं वो 10 मिनट में एक प्रॉम्प्ट लिख के और एक आंसर के साथ मैं नहीं आ सकता. तो इट वोंट बी एन इनसाइट.
सो व्हाट यू आर एसेंशियली टॉकिंग अबाउट इज द फोर्थ क्वाड्रेंट वेयर यू आर सेइंग इट इज अ टूल लाइक एआई एंड द अपॉर्चुनिटी साइड ऑफ इट कि यूज इट फॉर रिसर्च,
द बेस्ट केस सिनेरियो फॉर इट. हाँ
ठीक है, there is one way of looking at it. It will come under tool like,
but the best case scenario in the sense it can give you an insight, but it won't be an insight. It would be, if you read Dostoevsky, then you will come to an insight based on your own opinion. 10 people read Dostoevsky, 10 people come to a different point of contention with him. Oh, they either disagree with him, wrestle with his ideas, don't like it, love it, make it the fact of the life, whatever. But that has to come from you. But if I ask Claude or ChatGPT today, what did Dostoevsky stand for, it can give me an answer. Now I can take that answer as an insight, which it is not.
You can build on.
Which it is not, which is deceiving, because insight is objective. In that point of
It's not insight, it is just information.
disguised as insight, which is a problem that I actually face with AI.
But again, that comes from, if you are feeding Dostoevsky, the subjective realm of it. If you are purely using it for scientific purposes, where it's the scope is much more objective, then you can gain a lot more out of that in terms of purely research, be it any field like physics or chemistry, biology, because there it's not subjective, right? To an extent,
Exactly.
as it is possible. But again, what you are looking at is from one perspective, which is research, and like I said, it falls under the tool like AI and opportunity aspect. But there's a lot going on with AI underneath.